Behind every awesome band is an awesome drummer, sitting in the back, often overlooked. Everyone knows John Bonham, Neil Peart, and Keith Moon. But today, we're diving into 10 underrated drummers whose grooves quietly shaped rock history. You know, the first time I learned about Hal Blaine, I was stunned. I'd been hearing him my whole life without knowing it. He wasn't a superstar, but he was everywhere. And that's because of the Wrecking Crew. Blaine was their heartbeat, and together they played on literally thousands of recordings. If you turned on the radio in the 60s or 70s, odds were high that Hal was behind the kit. More than 40 number one hits, over 100 top 10 singles. It's mind-blowing. Think of the Ronettes, Be My Baby, Simon and Garfunkel's, Bridge Over Troubled Water, or the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. His timing was flawless, his touch adaptable, and sometimes even his accidents became legendary. Hal Blaine was the hidden soundtrack of an entire generation.
Satisfy me, baby.
Now, shifting from the West Coast studios to the heart of Memphis, we find Al Jackson Jr., the groove behind Stax Records and Booker T and the MGs. Unlike Hal Blaine's chameleon-like versatility, Jackson's strength was consistency. They didn't call him the human timekeeper for nothing. His drumming on tracks like Green Onions or Al Green's Let's Stay Together is so steady it feels carved in stone. What always strikes me is how he left space, never crowding the music, yet making every beat count. That backbeat, warm, earthy, and unshakable, defined Southern soul and gave legends like Otis Redding and Sam and Dave their heartbeat. Jackson wasn't flashy, but he didn't need to be. His quiet authority still echoes through every R&B groove we know today. Let's move on to B.J. Wilson, the often overlooked drummer of Procol Harum. What I love about Wilson is how he approached drumming almost like an orchestra conductor. Instead of just keeping time, he added drama and color to every song. Listen to A Whiter Shade of Pale or Conquistador, and you'll hear it. Rolling toms, delicate cymbal swells, and sudden bursts of power that make the music feel cinematic. His playing was unpredictable, but always tasteful, weaving between the band's progressive arrangements with elegance. Jimmy Page once said Wilson was the best rock drummer of all time, and honestly, it's easy to see why. He didn't just back Procol Harum, he elevated them. To me, Wilson represents creativity at its purest behind the drum kit. Next up is Carl Palmer, a drummer who made every performance feel like an event. As a founding member of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, he turned progressive rock into something larger than life. What always blows me away is his precision. Double bass runs, rapid-fire snare work, and complex polyrhythms that sound almost impossible, yet somehow effortless. Tracks like Tarkus or Carn Evil 9 aren't just songs. With Palmer behind the kit, they become epic journeys. And it wasn't just about sound. His showmanship was legendary, from massive drum solos to incorporating gongs and timpani on stage. While guitarists and keyboardists often steal the spotlight in prog, Palmer proved the drums could be equally virtuosic. He wasn't just keeping time, he was redefining what rock drumming could be.
That's the
Did you know that Aynsley Dunbar once auditioned for Jimi Hendrix's band, and Hendrix turned him down, saying he was simply too good? That little story says everything about Dunbar's talent. His career reads like a who's who of rock history. Frank Zappa, David Bowie, Journey, Whitesnake, and countless others. What makes him stand out to me is his versatility. With Zappa, he showcased dazzling technical ability. With Journey, he laid down powerful, arena-ready grooves. With Bowie, he delivered stylish precision. Few drummers can adapt to so many genres while still keeping their own identity, but Dunbar did it seamlessly. His playing combines finesse, aggression, and a natural sense of groove. To me, he's living proof that true greatness often hides in plain sight. Now, the next drummer I want to talk about is Ian Paice, the powerhouse behind Deep Purple. What sets Paice apart for me is how he blended raw rock energy with jazz-inspired finesse. Just listen to Highway Star or Burn. His drumming is lightning fast, yet always in control. Being left-handed gave his playing a unique swing, and his crisp snare, rolls, and double-stroke technique made every fill explode with energy. Unlike many rock drummers of the 70s, Paice never relied on brute force alone. He had musicality and precision baked into his style. As the only constant member of Deep Purple, he helped shape their sound from day one. Paice doesn't always get enough credit, but to me, he's a true pioneer. Tommy Aldridge is a drummer I've always associated with pure power. Best known for his work with Ozzy Osbourne and Whitesnake, Aldridge became one of the pioneers of double bass drumming in hard rock and metal. What really excites me about his playing is the sheer energy. Listen to Over the Mountain with Ozzy, or Still of the Night with Whitesnake, and you'll hear explosive fills that hit like thunder. But Aldridge wasn't just about speed. He brought showmanship, often playing solos barehanded, turning concerts into unforgettable spectacles. His influence on metal drumming is massive. So many players cite him as the one who proved drums could be aggressive, yet still musical. For me, Aldridge embodies that fearless, high-octane spirit that defines heavy rock. Here's an interesting fact. Paul Simon's hit 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover is built entirely on Steve Gadd's unforgettable groove. That pattern, ghost notes on the snare, perfectly placed hi-hats, became instantly iconic. And that's just one example of his genius. Gadd's resume is staggering. Steely Dan's Aja, Eric Clapton's live shows, Chick Corea's fusion projects. The man has done it all. What impresses me most is his touch. He can play with dazzling technical precision, but he always serves the song first. His drumming never feels flashy, yet drummers around the world study his every move. To me, Steve Gadd is the ultimate musician's drummer. Subtle, versatile, and instantly recognizable. Even if you don't know his name, you've definitely felt his groove. Brian Downey, the driving force behind Thin Lizzy, is one of those drummers I think deserves way more recognition. What I love about his playing is the way he blends swing and groove into hard rock. Take a listen to Cowboy Song, or Emerald. His tom fills flow like a storyteller weaving lines. While his cymbal work adds texture without clutter, Downey wasn't just about power. He had a jazz and blues background that gave Thin Lizzy's sound its unique flavor. That versatility allowed the band's twin guitar harmonies to shine, while he held everything together with confidence and style. He never chased the spotlight, but without him, Lizzy wouldn't have had that rolling, infectious pulse. To me, Brian Downey is the definition of understated brilliance. Will Calhoun is a drummer who completely changed how I think about rhythm and rock. When Living Colour burst onto the scene in 1988, his playing on Cult of Personality was explosive. Every fill felt like it could set the stage on fire. What makes Calhoun so fascinating is his range. He's Berklee trained, so the technical chops are there, but he blends rock, funk, jazz, and even world percussion into something truly his own. Beyond Living Colour, he's worked with legends like B.B. King, Pharoah Sanders, and Ronnie Wood, proving just how adaptable he is. I also admire how he experiments with electronic elements and textures, always pushing the boundaries of what drumming can be. For me, Will Calhoun isn't just underrated, he's one of rock's great innovators. These drummers may not always be household names, but their beats shaped generations. From soul to metal to prog, their rhythms live on. Which underrated drummer would you add? Let me know in the comment section.